This is City Wrestling Radio, April 6, 2024. I'm your host, Corey Smith, being joined, as always, by my Mania Dad, not my Mania Dad you wish you all had, but the Mania Dad you wish you all had, Mr. Jose Oseguera. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good. Do I want to say satisfied? Maybe not so much with
Well, I
today's
mean,
program, but
night WrestleMania night one, WrestleMania 40 night one is in the
Mhm.
books now. What did you think of the show overall?
Yeah, it's very early. I have some mixed feelings, but I will say overall, we have to look at the big picture. And the big picture is we've only gone through halfway on this trip. The
Yeah.
roller coaster is not all the way done. Good start, very good start actually. Um, to be determined. This show
Yeah.
was, we got to judge it as a whole, not as a half, right?
Yep, ebbs and flows, and I thought there were some things that they kind of missed out on. There was the Jimmy and Jay Uso match, just to kind of lightly touch on.
Yeah,
Um, some other things that were just throughout the show. I was kind of like, okay, seems a little lackluster, but
yeah, like the Battle of Mexico. Yeah.
yes. And then the one sponsored by Agua Frescas, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ! And wouldn't you know that, dude? You know what's even worse? It's after that. Three black women are there, and guess where? Who sponsors that? Fucking Wingstop. What's wrong with you, tone deaf people? My God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
Fresca's and Wingstop. Thanks, guys.
And
And then
the
the
other
main
one
event is American Security Shield.
And
What?
didn't they have the dude wipes for Jimmy and Jay Uso?
Jesus Christ. I
Yeah,
don't remember. I almost fell asleep. Yeah.
it's just a dude all over the place. But coming
Just
coming out of night one, hey, it's Bloodline Rules. We're going into night two. Cody Rhodes is set with he's gonna face the impossible task of winning this Bloodline Rules match. So I think they went in the right decision there, but hey,
totally.
let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. Starting the
Uh,
show.
it kicked off the show with Coco Jones singing the national anthem. Never heard of her before, but hey, she did a good job singing the national anthem. Thought it was great. Has a great voice. Triple H came out to very, very quickly welcome the crowd and was like, "Welcome to WrestleMania. God, I love this. Okay, bye."
Yeah.
He did that just to have his WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah. But I mean, Vince used to do that all the time, right?
I mean, I guess he'd come out, welcome to WrestleMania.
Yeah. But he was already like on stage. It wasn't like he had an entrance. Well, maybe at the live event they showed it, but they didn't air it though.
Yeah. Then we have our first match of the night, kicking off with what everyone presumed would be the first match of the night because it was widely advertised as Rhea Ripley defeating Becky Lynch to retain the World Women's Championship. So I thought this was a good match, despite Becky having a strep throat, apparently.
Yeah, what?
And
102-degree fever.
I was like, why are you guys making Becky work? And it's not even like, dude, they're not making her work. She wants to work. She doesn't want to miss Mania. But dude, come on. Nobody's going to say they want to miss the biggest opportunity or one of the biggest opportunities of their career.
Yeah.
I think at a certain point, a company needs to step in and say, hey, listen, you've got 102 fever. You can be super contagious. Guarantee you, Rhea Ripley's going to have strep throat in a couple of days.
Yeah. Well,
Except
when did she get? Did they say when she was sick, or they were just like convinced it was today?
they said it was this week.
Yeah, so we don't know if it was Monday or Friday.
But yeah, you're right, and they were kind of here's the thing: is that she was on the Ariel Helwani show, and she didn't show any symptoms of being sick, at least when she was attacking Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So, I whatever, but like, send your people home if they're sick, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, I thought it was a good match. I did think though, and I say this every WrestleMania now, and it's because of these open air stadiums. Sometimes it just feels so dead. It feels like nobody's cheering. And I bet you anything, there's probably 10,000 people cheering at any given moment. But there's just some moments that I was just kind of like, oh, this doesn't sound like it's getting that much of a reaction. So why should I care?
Yeah.
But both women had their WrestleMania entrances. Becky came out to passages from her book, the one that was just released. It's probably available on Amazon. Everyone go buy it because you got some examples of it right there. Right.
Yeah, New York Times bestseller. I'm guessing, but almost any book that comes out is a New York Times bestseller. Go figure.
Also, if you have Spotify Premium, notice it's on there too. So, and you can listen to it for free.
Well done. Yeah.
And then Rhea came out to the band Motionless in White, performing her theme song, "Nightmare in Your Dreams." They scared me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
They were very how do I say is it goth? When I say gothcore, I don't know, because kind of like that, like Marilyn Manson, but like way more like trying to be hard, but like Avenged Sevenfold-y, you know? It's like if Marilyn Manson and Avenged Sevenfold had a baby, that's what Motionless.
And they were into wrestling. Yeah.
I thought their name was Motionless and White for a second. I was kind of like, that's a weird name for a band.
Yeah, it is.
But apparently this is like Rhea's like favorite band from when she was a teenager. So I mean that's cool. Good for her, right?
Yeah. And she was very into the theatrics of it all. Made the song a little bit better. Made the entrance a little bit better.
I've always kind of liked this song, not gonna lie. You know, I've always spouted about Rhea being my gym inspiration, but every time that song comes on when I'm at the gym, I lift a little heavier, not gonna lie.
All right.
A lot of cool spots in this match, though. We have a deadlift vertical suplex. Deadlift vertical superplex to Becky. Eventually, Rhea catches Becky coming off the top and is slammed into the mat, hitting a knee to Becky's face. Becky is fighting to lock in an armbar, but Rhea powers up and hits a triple sit-down powerbomb to Becky. Becky at one point went for a top rope leg drop, but Rhea caught her for the prism trap. And Rhea applies the scissors to apply more pressure. At that point, I literally thought Becky might have tapped at that point, especially since she was fighting that fever.
Yeah.
Ripley eventually does hit a riptide to Becky, and then eventually hits one. She hits one to her in the corner, and then into the turnbuckle, and then another riptide, and then gets the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What do you think of this match, Jose?
Hot opener.
Yeah.
This is how you start a show. This is how you grab attention. This is how you get people excited for the product and the night that's to come. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm being too picky. You know, when we do shows, you know, like, oh, would this be the best opener? Would this, and I'm always very like, even when I was watching this, I was kind of like, would I put this match as the opener? And I guess for star power you would, but like honestly, I feel like that 6-pack ladder match would have been one hell of an opener and would have gotten the crowd just super pumped.
It would have, but that's very traditional. If they do that a lot. It's a good change of pace. And I like the fact that when asked about it earlier in the week, or maybe even 2 weeks ago, Becky said that she wanted to be able to, set the tone for the night and be able, after doing this, you just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy, the rest of the show and the rest of the weekend. So I think it accomplished that goal. Dude, I gave it 4. I don't want to say stars, but I gave it 4 out of 5 rating here.
I mean, it was a good match. Like I said, the fact that it was an open air stadium and it sounded kind of quiet at times kind of messed with me a little bit, but
you know what? It was actually, the crowd reaction was actually more audible now than it was when you wanted it the most, which was the main event.
Yeah. So they're probably a little worn out, but I will say this about the show. I did feel like it flew by pretty fast.
It did. It didn't feel like 4 hours. It was 4
I
hours,
wasn't,
right? 4 to 8.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was about just a little bit over 4 hours, and I wasn't looking at my clock at all and be like, oh, is this over yet? Like,
I only did that once, and we'll talk about that.
Next up, we have the 6-pack ladder match, or a 6-pack challenge ladder match for the undisputed tag titles, or shall I say for both the Raw and SmackDown tag titles, because now we have split champions yet again. A-Town Down Under and the Awesome Truth defeated DIY, New Catch Republic, New Day, and Judgment Day to become the new champions. What did you think of this match, Jose?
Another 4 out of 5, back to back, coming out of the gate with 2 hitters. This was fun, creative, not like something I've seen before. We just went through the documentary of the Rivals last weekend. with the tables, ladders, chairs.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a blast. It was very reminiscent, but new, and nice change of pace. Good job on catching that splitting the titles thing. But I think the rest of the world knew that was going to happen anyway, so we're not that special.
Yeah, once they started saying how both sets of titles had to come down at in order to finish the match, it's a done deal at that point. I mean, I thought this was a really fun match. It was a buster of a match, but I mean that in the best way possible.
Okay.
A lot of fast paced, high energy the entire time, in my opinion, though. Should have started the show, but I'm not going to get too into it.
Yeah.
But yes. But great match. Everyone brawls in this match. We saw everyone brawling to start this match. Everyone brawling on the ladders. Tyler Bate does eventually give Balor an airplane spin while Balor is still holding on to a ladder that he picked up, and he's kind of like knocking people out left and right while being given the airplane spin. Then let's see. Then he slammed Balor into another ladder. Double moonsault to by the New Catch Republic off the ladder to both sides to everyone on the outside.
Very cool.
Priest lawn darts Bait into a ladder with Dunn on it. Judgment Day brawls with the Miz. Truth begs for the hot tag, and he runs wild on Balor, hitting a 5-knuckle shuffle and AA on Balor and getting the pin, but not the win.
That was great. That was a great moment, dude.
I mean, he got the visual win though, so and eventually you'll see at the end he actually gets the actual win. Everyone runs wild on Damian Priest, DIY, and Awesome Truth. Decide it's a good idea because I love this. They're in the ring, and it's DIY and Awesome Truth. They're looking at each other like they're gonna face off, and then Truth just goes, "No, wait a minute. There's 2 sets of titles up there. There's 2 teams." And Gargano and Ciampa were like, "Dude, that is an awesome idea. Let's do that."
Yeah, dude, that was actually genius booking. I want to know who thought about that. That's genius.
And they run up the ladder to try to get them, but that's when I think it was Austin Theory knocks over the ladders, gets up, and retrieves the SmackDown tag titles, and A-Town Down Under become the SmackDown tag team champions.
What? Surprise!
I mean,
surprise.
I did call it.
Yeah,
in the predictions, I love when I pick one that was like out of left field and it makes it. It's like when I picked Enzo when I picked Enzo to win the cruiserweight title, I was like, I know everything about wrestling.
I should be insider. Yeah, great.
Yeah, exactly. WWE is saying A-Town Down Under. So New Catch Republic hits a powerbomb to Grayson Waller. I love it because he has his title around his shoulder and he gets powerbombed through a table on the outside.
Yeah.
Kind of leaving out of the match for the rest of the match.
He wouldn't let it go.
No.
He was holding on to it.
Yeah, you got to once you win that thing, you're not letting it go. Ciampa. Okay, so we have an inside-outside DDT to Dunn through a table by Johnny Gargano. Ciampa then hits an air raid crash to Tyler Bate off the top of the ladder, which was an amazing spot and kind of reminiscent of Tommaso Ciampa of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is climbing up the ladder. That's when JD McDonough grabs Truth off and tries to help Balor climb the ladder. New Day fights off Judgment Day. That's when New Day flips McDonough into 2 tables, and Priest fights off the New Day, slowly climbs up the ladder until the Miz runs up the ladder, and Priest climbs the ladder again after fighting off the Miz, and Truth pulls him down, hits an AA to Damian Priest to outside of the ring. Truth climbs the ladder pretty slowly. It was pretty definitive. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like he was racing to get up there to beat anybody. He walked up that ladder pretty slowly, grabbed the titles, and the Awesome Truth are your new Raw tag team titles. Tag team champions.
Yeah, dude, did you cringe like half when that ladder buckled? Dude, I was nervous.
I love Dave. They're like, he's going to go up the ladder again. Oh, nope. That one's broken. Okay, never mind. Damian Priest just like throws it out of the ring. And I love it because you see this spot where R-Truth throws Damian Priest a ladder because he needs one. And mm-hmm. Truth is just like the veteran here, knows what he needs to do. But like, you know what I mean? It was like they played it off like, he threw it in because he was trying to get in himself.
No, damn, they just ruined it.
So,
because the way it played out on TV without the announcers, it made sense because R-Truth wanted to get up there. He didn't realize the other ladder had gotten thrown away, and then Priest kicks him, which makes sense, and steals the ladder from him.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
that made a lot more sense than how the announcers made it out.
Oh, Pat McAfee, because he doesn't. I don't think he really knows what's going on at any
Dude,
given moment.
if there was, winners and losers for today, Pat McAfee was one of the losers for today. No
Wow.
offense, dog. No offense, but
You could. I sometimes I feel like Corey Graves gets a little annoyed with him.
as
Like
do I.
I get that idea. Like he's just kind of like, okay, like no McAfee. That's like when he was talking about. He's like, is that a hat on Seth Rollins' shoulder? And you just hear Corey goes, that's not a hat. It's just not. I think you're
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
And then they
He did
kind
a
of
lot.
stop talking to each other. Yeah.
He did a
Uh,
lot.
so next up we have Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar taking on Rey Mysterio and Andrade, not what do you call it? Not Dragon
Dragon
Lee.
Lee. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why Dragon Lee wasn't in this match. What did they name a reason why he wasn't in the match? No.
Yeah, because he got beat up on
Oh.
SmackDown. Something happened where he got beat up in the back, and it looks like Carlito did it. Carlito saw him, lying down, like, oh no, I found him like this.
Yeah, but
So
nothing happened.
yeah,
Like,
no, well, they also did the announcement where Andrade was like, "I'll fight with you, my friend," to
yeah,
Ray, and then Carlito was like, "What? What do you mean you?"
yeah. And then Michael Cole was trying to play it up on commentary. You know what I mean? Saying like, oh, you saw on social media, people weren't really 100% convinced that, Carlito was happy with this choice of Andrade being apparently the newest member of the LWO. I don't know.
He wasn't officially brought into the LWO. He was just like, "I'll do it," and then Zelina was like, "Oh my god, you're so cool!
He
Welcome
looks
back, Andrade."
he looks so lost when he's just walking around with the LWO as like a face. He just looks like, okay, should I be here? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. But then once he got into the ring, dude, this Andrade was the best Andrade I have seen in years.
Did I call it? Did I call that one or not?
But since he was an NXT champion, I think.
Yes, yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
This is
I
better.
knew he was going to make a turn for the better on this match. Yeah,
This is better than his SmackDown time, his time in AEW, all of that above. But yeah, like I said, it was decent wrestling match, but like nothing really happened. Like there was all these angles that could have happened. Like, is Carlito going to turn? Is he not? They were hinting at it the entire night. And then it was just a match. And that's it. And
this could have
Andrade,
been, this could have been on the pre-show. This could have been settled on SmackDown. This did not have pay-per-view vibes. This did not have WrestleMania vibes.
Yeah.
Except for the one spot where Andrade does, carries Ray. We'll get there.
Oh, the double stack crossbody.
Yes.
That was weird.
It was weird, but the replays made it kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it was actually early on in the match. There was a double stack crossbody to Dominic and Santos on the outside. Eventually we get a code red to Santos by Ray. 619 to Santos, moonsault to Dominic by Andrade. Santos then just pops up after getting a 619 and just fights Ray on the post. This is after getting a 619. He just pops up and starts fighting him. Completely no selling the 619 he just received. So everyone on the ringside, the LWO and Legado del Fantasma, they start brawling on the outside. And that's when Santos and Dom begin beating down on Ray. And Santos says, "Screw it, get the chair." And that's when Dominic went for
his brains in. I don't even care.
He's like, I don't care. Go get the chair. And then all of a sudden, these two giant gringos in masks came out and threw Dominic into a ring post and threw him into the ring. And double 619 followed by a splash to Santos. Ray gets the pin in the win. Apparently, these were, was it Jason Kelsey and somebody else?
The Philadelphia Eagles. This was done to cheap pop the crowd, ruined the match, ruined the Battle for Mexico.
Ray is such a heel. Like, he has these two giant football players come out, beat up his son in a match. Like, what?
With masks on.
Yeah, with masks on. Although I did love it how everybody in the match had Philadelphia Eagles themed gear.
Yeah,
like
everybody had green on.
Santos, because he had like this it looked like one of those like ponchos, right? With like but it was like it had the Eagles logo in the beginning. I was like, Dude, did you buy that at like the flea market or something?
At the Philadelphia flea market because it had the
Yeah,
Virgin Mary on the back.
I 100% felt like that. I was like, you bought that for
Oh,
$29.99 at the flea market, didn't you?
and you haggled it, didn't you? They were asking 60, weren't they?
Yeah. So I mean, LWO wins, and
2.5.
we move on. Next up, Jay Uso defeating Jimmy Uso in the Uso match. Will Rikishi be there? How will this match play into the Bloodline storyline? What's going to happen overall? Nothing.
Nothing. We get a cool package at the beginning showing their lives, from San Francisco, California. I
Okay,
don't recognize those high school jerseys when they're on the football team, but all right.
first off, I think they were born in San Francisco. I don't know if they
Mhm.
actually were raised here.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
I don't like these video packages they're doing where like they have the two people in a room together and it's like a black background. It looks cool.
Mhm.
At the same time, you have to like disassociate everything logical and be like,
They
these
hate each
two
other.
people who hate each other, we're in a room together and we're filming a segment where they were staring each other in the face without brawling or anything. But when they're in the ring, they want to brawl. Like to me, I know like it's wrestling, but at the same time, like, come on, I shouldn't have to have thoughts like that pop in my head when
Yeah,
there's a video packet.
you're 100% right. The reason why they do this, I'm guessing, is because a lot of casuals watch WrestleMania. I remember there was a time where I stopped watching wrestling, but I would only tune in for the big four.
Yeah, yeah, no, okay, I get it. I
So,
just,
just give me the gist of it. But, there's a lot of people are smartening up, and it is a little bit of a bad look. But I thought it was a cool package,
yeah.
except for the, both of them together. And my brother's keeper. Yes, I am. Then later on, they're like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Okay, I
No,
don't
no.
know.
That was
If
yeah.
Rikishi never showed up, like,
Now,
come
you
on.
would think he'd have front row. He was at the Hall of Fame yesterday.
At least in the crowd. You know what I mean?
He was at the Hall of Fame. What, you don't wanna go be in front row with, Mama Rhodes?
Did you see Keith Lee at the Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't.
He was they were in the background. There was a segment where it was like I think it was CM Punk and the backstage reporter, and Keith Lee just walks into the shot and then looks into the camera and goes, "Oops," and then walks back.
Dude, I wonder how much that's for real.
It's great, because a lot of people were joking. It's like, "Hey, Keith, if you want to get out of your AEW contract, just walk down that hallway over there."
Exactly right. Man, I tried to stay off the internet these past couple days just for stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn it, I missed it.
So like I said, this match, no heat whatsoever. A bit of a letdown, in my opinion. Jay eventually went for a series of super kicks. Then Jay went for one more, but Jimmy held his hand up, asking for forgiveness. Jay held up as Jimmy said he was sorry for everything. The crowd was pretty quiet at this point, but they got up for this as they encouraged Jay not to listen. Jay helped up Jimmy to his feet, and the crowd booed. Jimmy super kicks him, hit an Uso splash for a near fall. Jimmy came back, hit a spear, and an Uso splash for the pin and the win. So, like, I don't know. Like, don't you think this should have been all of the bins like worked into the Bloodline storyline?
Yeah, there should have been at least one run-in. Where was Solo?
Solo, yeah. I don't know. Especially he wasn't even involved in the main event either,
No, no, he
which is a
was
little weird.
I think he was arguing at the hotel about, the fees of his room. Too busy doing that. Can't show up at Mania. Yeah, no, this match nearly put me to sleep. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to say, but there were no stakes involved, right?
Yeah.
There's
No, yeah,
nothing worth
absolutely.
fighting for. There should have been some type of tie into the bloodline and the Cody story. Since it was so embedded. Jay is part of the Cody Vengers. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened. I don't know what happened.
I honestly think, Jay should have gotten screwed here. Like I said before, Jay should have gotten screwed and like
Mhm.
been taken out decisively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because now he has to show up in Cody's defense tomorrow,
And then you
or
could do
to swerve and be bloodline.
like a payback, like a cage match.
Mm-hmm.
There you next up, Bianca, Naomi, Jade Cargill defeat Damage Control. It was a good match.
You think it was a good match?
It was okay.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was it was okay. Like, it had excitement. And the only thing though is I like Jade, but like she doesn't look like she's done anything different. Like she's doing the exact same few things that she did in AEW. She's doing here in WWE. It's like the pump kick, the jaded, and she does that 3 count where she like licks her fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's pretty much the same theme song too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on Jade Cargill in WWE, Jose?
Do you know? I didn't want to bring up AEW, but I think I have to. They did a better job presenting her and covering up her flaws than WWE has so far. What WWE does is, all right, your turn to do the big spots. Come in and smash, Hulk smash, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Do A, B, and C, and then we're done. Go home. Hot tag, get in there, get out. AEW did a little bit more to work with her, and I wouldn't say polish her, but
Right.
she did more in-ring action without having to expose herself. Now I feel like she's more exposed by doing less. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear you. She I don't know, man. I think she needs to be working with people that, like if she's not working with Natalia, if she's not working with, some of the OGs of the industry, then I don't know. Because she needs to be learning a little bit more grappling, a little bit more mat-based wrestling. Because right now she's just doing the Goldberg stuff. She's hitting her big moves and getting the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Spear, jackhammer, go home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Naomi and Bianca take out the Kabuki Warriors, and then, like I said, Jade to Dakota Kai, and the pin and the win for Jade Cargill over Dakota Kai.
Yeah. I liked Asuka's face paint, a little flashback to a better time.
Dakota Kai, she like dyed her hair brown, so she just looked like a regular. It's not a regular person, but she's always had dyed colored hair, so that was different to have normal colored hair or regular colored hair, whatever. Next,
good presentation. Yeah, good presentation, ladies. Good job.
Next up, Sami Zayn defeated Gunther to become the new Intercontinental Champion. They go back and forth with Sami showing brief signs of a possible chance of winning, but mostly Gunther in control. We have a long chokehold to Sami, followed by a German suplex. Sami catches Gunther in a run with a exploder suplex on the outside. Out of nowhere, Sami hits a haluva kick. We have a double power bomb to Sami. Eventually, he kicks out from that. Gunther is berating Sami Zayn's wife, who's ringside, and apparently that's something done here and the main event. I think it was the same seat too, right? Cody's mom and Sami's.
I think so. Yeah, if not, very close.
Let's see. Big Gunther splash to Sami. Another followed by another splash. While Gunther's yelling at Sami's wife, ringside Sami, and he's beat down the ring. He barely can get up, but that's when he starts like powering up like crackhead. He's not a crackhead, but the way he was moving, he was very like sporadic, and you know what I mean. Like that's the only way I could describe it is a crackhead.
Or a fish out of water, literally.
Okay, sure, that's better. A fish out of crack. Okay, I'll go with that.
Come on.
So while Gunther is yelling at, he powers up. We have a brain buster into the turnbuckle to Gunther.
Holy crap, that looked great, right? That looked great.
And the fact that he called Michael Cole called it out for a brain buster was kind of crazy. Haluva kick to Gunther, followed by a second one in the pin and the win. Jose, do you think this is the right decision to take the title off Gunther right now? I think we're like a week or 2 weeks out from Montreal, a show at Montreal.
Yeah, sure. I'm okay with it, especially if you're gonna change the heavyweight title scene, especially on. Well, it's gonna be SmackDown, right? I guess he could go both ways. I don't know. If Cody wins the title, he's gonna need somebody to pursue. Gunther's a great pursuer to be first in line. So would be anybody from the bloodline. So yeah, man, Gunther has a chance to, or he can go for a revenge tour on Sami. Looks like. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for last year, who were the last? It was not this year, but last year was the Rumble. It was last two were Cody and Gunther, and I thought they would have made a great program if Cody would have won the title last year.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's probably what we're gonna get this year
Yeah.
because I don't see Gunther going, and he could go after the winner of the world champion, but like honestly, it's looking more and more like we're gonna have a heel world champion and Cody as the WWE champion.
Yeah. And that totally makes sense. Yeah.
Next up, Cody and Seth versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. Man, The Rock had what an entrance this guy had, man. He came out.
He really thinks he's Black Adam, doesn't he?
Well, okay, so he's being really candid. I watched a press conference afterwards. He's being really candid about his character and like everything backstage, and he was just like, "Yeah, this is just The Rock turned up to like 1,000."
Yeah, totally.
Black Adam, maybe, because he did play that character. Apparently, didn't he hate that movie though?
Supposedly behind the scenes, he wanted to take over.
And then who directed it? Was it the
I don't remember,
the Marvel guy? Anyways, okay. How do you feel about seeing The Rock wrestling again, Jose?
Cool. I mean, like they said, did Michael Cole say it? Yeah, The Rock's a bit of nostalgia. Yes, 100%. The glory days of WWE and the Monday Night Wars, they brought it all back. But somewhat different. And I think that's the vibe they're going for. That's the direction they're aiming for. I watched the presser too, and it looks like he wants to build a new mountain to be on top. Yeah, I'm digging this new version of Rock.
You know how everyone's mentioning a new era here at WWE?
Yeah.
Apparently, Cody filed a trademark for something the other day for the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
So there's something there. Seth comes out wearing what looks like a comforter set from Macy's. The Rock, like I said, he came out looking like $1 million, but he has a new championship given to him. Was it by the widow of Muhammad Ali or someone of Muhammad Ali's family?
Oh, was that on the Hall of Fame? I didn't finish. You know what? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this about the Hall of Fame. Once I saw Paul E, he literally dropped the mic, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't need to see anymore. Click. I turned it off. I didn't need to watch anymore.
I saw. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw briefly the rotunda thing. They did a tribute to Wyndham. It was cool. Everyone held up their phones and they played his music, so that was cool. But like, I'm guessing everything else was just, But yeah, he's coming out wearing this new championship belt. This is the People's Championship on it. I believe it's probably like the FTW title. Like, I'm sure it could be defended eventually, because there's a reason why he came out wearing it to the main event.
And it seems like, and according to the presser, it seems like he's not done yet. So he's going to be sticking around for a while.
Yeah. The match breaks down pretty quickly into a 4-way. Rollins and Rock battle into the crowd while Cody and Roman battle up the ramp. So the ref is about to count everyone out until the Rock tells the ref, if you count us out, I'm firing you. I was like,
with an F-bomb too.
I was like, Jesus, like, why do we have to have these stipulations then? If you could just do anything you want, Rock, like,
yeah.
I mean, if we're going to get into the story of things,
that put a dark cloud over this match for me.
Yeah. The fact that Rock can just do whatever, whenever. Yeah.
And the referee was like split between, like, he would be like, oh, come on, Rock, why are you doing that? But then when Cody wanted to cheat, he's like, get your ass back there, Cody, get your ass back there. And Cody was like, okay.
Well, apparently the ref too was like, I'm sorry, Cody, I can't do anything. No, I'm gonna ref you, but like I can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna do my job against you.
Slip up in logic there, guys.
Let's see. Everyone battles back towards the ring. Roman hits Seth with a knee behind the ref's back, or in the knee behind the ref's back, and now the heels are working on Seth's knee. The bloodline is just beating down on Seth, isolating him from tagging out. Roman goes for a Superman punch, and Seth turns it into a neck breaker. Rock is striking Rollins, and then we have a step-up enziguri to the Rock. And then we get hot tags to both Roman and Cody. We get a power slam to Roman, followed by a Cody cutter, Superman punch to Cody, a super Cody cutter, followed by a splash from Seth to Roman, powerbomb to Seth by Roman, a stomp and crossroads to Roman by both Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
Rock pulls the referee out after this from preventing count the 3 count. We have a low blow to Cody, a spear to Cody. Rock throws the ref back in the ring, but only counts to a 2. Roman has a guillotine choke on Cody, and Rock assists by holding Cody's feet down, but Seth breaks up the choke with a stomp to Roman, and then Rock grabs the weight belt, begins taunting Cody's mom. And I love, you just hear Cody's mom, "That's fucking bullshit."
Yeah, that was my favorite
Fuck
part
that.
of the match. My favorite part of the match.
I was like, "Oh, you get her, girl. You get him, girl."
It's that
Because
fiery Cuban heat.
I hope tomorrow she slaps somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh, she's this far from doing it. Yeah.
I want to see, like, and it has to be, I hope it's like a, I hope it's just like I hope it's The Rock, but if it's just like Jimmy Uso, I'll be happy with that too.
Yeah. Very
You know?
Sue-like. I didn't want to bring up AEW again. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where am I? He goes, Rock goes for the okay, here we go. Rock grabs the weight belt. He begins to taunt Cody's mom with a spine buster to Cody. Rock goes for the people's elbow, but Cody pops up, hits a Cody cutter to the Rock. Just perfect timing. Cody sets up for a crossroads on the Rock, but is hit with a Superman punch by Roman. Roman goes for a spear and hits the Rock by mistake, which I felt like didn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like there was no nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there should have been like a little bit later on. They go for a tag, and Roman goes very slow. I thought that would have been the moment where he was like, well, I don't know.
Or if Rock would like tag me in now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
You fucking no, I thought there was going to be some type of friction and interaction, but there wasn't. They blown moment, maybe. I don't know. We're only halfway through. Let's go.
That's true. Let's see. Roman goes for a spear, but hits the Rock by mistake. Seth and Cody both hit double pedigrees to the Rock and Roman, but they both kick out. Cody hits a rock bottom to the Rock through the announce table, while at the same time Roman hits a spear to Seth through the barricade. We have a drive-by to Cody by Roman. Back and forth strikes between Roman and Cody, and then a crossroads to Roman Reigns. When he went for the third crossroads, Rock prevented it, hitting Cody with the weight belt. The Rock then tags himself in, gets the rock bottom, the people's elbow, and the pin and the win on Cody Rhodes. The Bloodline stands tall. We have Bloodline rules night 2. Jose, what did you think of this match overall?
I'm glad that this is the beginning of the story, because if this was the main event and we're done for WrestleMania, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
Thank God there's more to come. Thank God Seth and Cody helped carry the match physically, work rate wise. The Rock, you could tell he had a little bit of the nerves. You could see it.
Definitely, yeah.
Even the seasoned veterans have the nerves every once in a while. But he shook off that ring rust pretty fast. Decent match, very good storytelling. It's not going to be your 5-star classic match, but that's not what they're doing here. What they're doing is they're telling a story, and the story is I hate saying story now infinite times. The whole thing is culminating in a 2-day event, right? This is all about Cody going after it, and he needs to go through the roughest of obstacles in order to get there.
Did you see Roman kick that person out in the press conference?
Yes. That was funny.
I love it because
your legs.
Everyone acknowledged me, and everyone acknowledged him, and someone goes, "Boo!" He goes, "Who is that? Get out of here!" And they're like, "He's like, no, I'm serious. Get out of here."
Yeah, it was some lady.
I just felt so bad because, like, and even the first question was by Chris Van Vliet, and he was just like, he asked Paul a question. He goes, "You said something. Is it?" And he's like, "Well, this question is for Roman Reigns. Why aren't you asking Roman Reigns?" He goes, he got so shook.
Yes, he did.
Felt so, and by someone who listens to the guy's podcast, I kind of like look up to the guy as like a broadcaster. You know what I mean? Like, and the work he does, I'm like, oh, that guy got shook.
Yeah, well, they caught him off guard.
He was like, and even Roman goes, "Come on, speak up. Go ahead. What's the question?"
Yeah.
How do you feel ahead of this match? Next question.
Yeah. Oh, and you got to give it up to the one lady. I think she was from Lucha, or no, it was a different publication. She goes, She goes, this question is for the tribal chief. How you doing? I acknowledge you.
Yes.
And he was like, "Thank you."
He's like, yes, thank you. Everyone acknowledge me one more time. Just everyone
Yeah,
put your
that was a
fingers
great
in the air.
moment. Great moment.
So
One more thing
yeah.
is, did you see the announcement of Behind the Curtain being having a premiere on YouTube this Wednesday?
Oh, for the WrestleMania buildup?
Yeah, so they're gonna
I saw
pull the curtain back. They're gonna pull the curtain back and show you the thought process, and it's a small documentary on how the whole main event it was fleshed out from beginning to end. Well, yeah, beginning to end.
well, we're getting this new I don't want to say new era of wrestling
Mhm.
because everyone's beat that into our brains tonight. But
Yeah.
like it's like it really is this new era of like, yeah, this is a performance, but I'm gonna go out there and kick that guy's ass, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we're building this match to entertain the fans, and we have this opportunity to have a really good. But I'm gonna kick his ass, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad to be in there with some very top talented people, but we're gonna beat their ass tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that type of guy.
exactly.
But you know what? It's something that's been very intriguing and interesting ever since the days of, that magician that was giving out secrets on how
Yeah,
wrestling was done.
yeah. There was that. Well, first there was the Yeah. Oh, it had the stunt granny in it, right? Because
Yes.
they were like, "This is the stunt granny." It was like some like young girl dressed like a granny. She's like, "I'm
Yeah,
my
yeah.
grandmother ringside." All right. Well, speaking of tomorrow, we do have Mania Night 2.
Mhm,
Let's go through the card just real quick. We already have a prediction show, so if you want to go
mhm.
listen to that, you can. But I guess skip halfway through. I don't know. But see, but compare how it happened. The night one was
Yeah,
wow. I was right on a couple, and I know you were too. So,
yeah.
but night two, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Pride versus the Final Testament. LA Knight versus AJ Styles, Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, Io Sky versus Bailey, and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes in a Bloodline Rules match. I don't know, man. I feel like night two it looks a little lackluster compared to night one.
Really? Well, that one Bailey wins that title, bro.
Well, here's the thing: there's 6 matches on night two, and there was 7 tonight.
Hmm,
So
maybe
I
that'll
wonder
work
if there's
too.
going to be an impromptu match at tomorrow night somehow.
Oh, there could be. There could be.
So
I will say this about our predictions. Um, I like being right, but it's more fun being
who
wrong.
doesn't, right?
No, but it's more fun being wrong, right? Because that means that it wasn't predictable.
Yeah.
They got you on every turn, and you don't mind being wrong because, gee golly, it was fun.
I'm never wrong, so like,
I don't
I'm
know what
kidding.
that feels
No,
like.
yeah, I don't know what that feels like, man. Is it like when you eat like ice cream too fast or what? I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
the,
I
the
hear you.
element the element of surprise is always better. Being swerved is cool. That's why we have a Swerve Strickland in our life.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here because today was too damn long for probably both of us. So, and we have more wrestling to watch tomorrow too.
To be continued.
All right. We will see you guys again tomorrow night for WrestleMania Night 2. Until next time, I'm Corey Smith.
I am Jose Oseguera.
And we will see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a wonderful time. Bye.
Bye.